iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams, race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series and work your way up to one of 7 world championships, offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome in here, race fans, tonight to the Five Flags Speedway here for the RS Button Box Big Ten Super Series. It is the final round of the season right here at the famous Pensacola, USA. It's the Five Flags Speedway. Up here in the booth tonight, my name is Roger Muth. I'll be bringing you the racing action here for the Big Ten Super Series. And alongside me, it's the gentleman out of upstate New York, Al. It's great to be here in the sunny state of Florida as the sun now starts to set on the season.
Final race of the season coming here at the Five Flags Speedway, and what better place to end the Big Ten Super Series here tonight than at the Pensacola Five Flags Speedway. And this track already showing to be a little bit tricky. Your current points leader, well, he's sitting ninth right now, Roger, in qualification as that is ongoing. But let's tell you how tough this track is going to be here tonight.
Yeah, tough track for a lot of these drivers, but it's where the end of the season for a lot of speedway organizations like to run down here in Florida because it's cold all around the U.S. and they like to come down here and be those snowbirds that fly south to end their season here at Five Flag. We came in here and it does look like the championship tonight. As long as Ryan Kuhn does turn a lap here tonight, he should maintain that championship top spot. So he right now, that ninth position, we'll see if he can just work his way through the field and keep it clean. But we have a special guest up here in the booth tonight with, he's already done his qualifying session. It's the owner, it's the operator, it's the promoter for the Big Ten Super Series. Jeremy, thanks for joining us here before the final race of the season. A lot of big news coming here for the Big Ten Super Series as of late.
Yeah, Roger, Al, thank you guys for having me in the booth. Wanted to come up and thank you guys, for an outstanding season. You guys have been just outstanding this year, been excellent. I appreciate you guys coming on. And as we get ready to wrap up tonight and crown a champion, we're already looking forward to season 2. We've got some announcements coming out in the next few days. That'll be a hometown track series, 5-race mini season at Concord starting just after Labor Day. So everybody keep an eye out for that. That'll be fun. We're going to be mixing up the weather, mixing up the length of the races, custom fixed setups so we can keep the racing nice and fresh each week and get back to what we all love, that hometown track racing. And then in the meantime, on August the 15th, we're going to have another $5 money race. We're going to have our Bash at the Beach. That'll be a 200-lap event at Myrtle Beach Speedway. That's open to anyone, league or not. So we're looking forward to that and just hoping to have a little something to tide us over until we get into September and that hometown series mini season that we're looking forward to. I think everybody's excited about that one. And getting kind of back to the grassroots, same track every weekend. Come out, run what you brung, and hope you're good enough to take on the checkers.
Yeah, we talked about that. Yep. Leading up to this announcement, that hometown series is something that a lot of these drivers are actually really looking forward to. We can't wait because not only is it going to be a hometown here on iRacing, but it's a throwback to the Big Ten Super Series.
You're exactly right. That's where the Big Ten Series all started and the namesake came from. My old hometown track I grew up just within a stone's throw from, so certainly looking forward to that. And, but before that, we've got a great night of racing ahead tonight and trying to lock up our season champion. Looks like Ryan is probably going to make the start and take home first place tonight, and Caden Tuff's in second. See if he makes a start, he'll take home second. But man, there's a blanket over third through like 6th or 7th place, and it could go anyone's way. So should be some good racing tonight, and we'll see if I can not spin like I did in qualifying and get out here and run some good laps and bring home another podium finish.
Well, we did laugh at a little bit of that misfortune you had there in qualifying. We won't lie to you, but try and keep that beautiful orange car here tonight pointed in the right direction. We hope to see you at the end of this one on the podium.
Thank you guys, appreciate it. I hope you like that car. That was for you guys, appreciate it.
Well, there's Jeremy Little tonight. He will drive car 55. He's got an orange here tonight. Al, it's our favorite color, orange on the side of that 55.
Definitely is a beautifully looking prepared automobile, and well, he'll have to start that car deep in tonight's field as we get ready to show you the RS Button Box starting lineup here tonight for tonight's 150 lap season finale. And it's going to be a good one here, Roger.
Yeah, and this is your starting lineup here tonight. Picking up the Ryco ePerformance Pole Award, it's going to be the driver out of Canada. It's the hot shoe man, the 88 of Caden Tuss. He will start P number 1 also on the grid. Double J, driving car number 12 on the Edge Racing. Jared Jackson will roll off from P number 2. Here's a newcomer to the series. It's car number 7. Devin Landry will roll off from P number 3. Starting to his outside, out of New York, driving car number 56. This is going to be Timmy Catalino. Starting back in position number 5, it's the Bob's Pet and Pod number 31. This is Brad Carpenter. It's going to be the driver out of Canada, driving car 012. This is going to be Justin Collison. Starting back in P number 7, driving car number 41 out on Maine, this is Mario Ercolani. RS Center, the youngster, the 110 entry, a heartbreaker last week. He's back here tonight. He'll start 8th. Starting 9th on the grid, it's the Cole World Racing, number 24. He's back. He's got his internet woes figured out. Josh Cole will roll from 9th. And starting in the 10th position, as he turns a lap here tonight, we will call him the champion, Ryan Kuhn, and will drive a 72 starting in 10th.
Starting in that 11th spot, the driver car number 60, that is Matt Zaccardo. Outside of him, car number 90, another driver out of New York, it'll be Ken Zeems. The Turn 3 Motorsports, or Turn 3 Racing Channel, car number 55 of Jeremy Little. He'll start 13th in that beautifully prepared bright orange and white automobile. Outside of him, well, it is Chris Fail in that 999. I believe that is Race Control. Colin Murphy will start 15th in shotgun on the field in the Triple L Motorsports. It'll be car number 10 of John Peel.
So with that as your starting lineup here tonight for the final race of the season, you see all the cars out already onto the speedway. It's a beautiful packed field here tonight. 15 drivers should be able to make the call. It looks like 2 drivers actually did not make the call to the grid here, so we're going to go with 13 on the track for the time being, seeing if any of those other cars can get out there tonight. Colin Murphy and John Peel are the 2 drivers that did not make the call to the starting lineup. They will have a couple of laps to try and get those cars fired off and out onto the racetrack. But it has come to the Five Flag Speedway for championship night here for the Big Ten Super Series, presented by RS Button Boxes, and we're dancing here in Florida.
Down to the turn number 1 they go. The 88 of Tuff's going to jump out to the race lead. Here comes Jackson on the outside, but he's got Landry to the inside. Drag race won by Landry in the turn number 3 for the first time. Tuff's up the racetrack, and Landry's going to lead lap number 1.
So the newcomer, the Ryan Coons Motorsports driver, leading lap number 1 here tonight at Five Flags, making his number 7 known here. That pink and purple with gray on it, leading lap number 1, and it looks like he's going to be able to lead lap number 2.
Oh, trouble in back there. The 31 of Carpenter's gone around in turn number 3 in the Bob's Pet and Pond Supply. Car number 31, he has done the slip and slide. It has pancaked the front end of that great green number 31 in the inside retaining wall in turn number 4.
Started up inside the top 10 here tonight, but now that Bob's Pet and Pond green 31. Al, they say green is one of those superstition colors here in the motorsports world. And, of course, then if you were 13, that would also be one of those superstition numbers. But 31, I guess it's just inverted here. I guess that's enough with the superstitions. Let's just see what happened to Carpenter here on the early stages of this one. There you see number 12 back there. That's the 012 of Justin getting a little sideways. It looks like Carpenter just loses it on entry down to the inside wall. Looks like Mario, I believe, just missed that car.
Yeah, very, very close there. Couldn't fit a piece of paper between those 2 automobiles. But it looks like heavy front end damage to Carpenter's automobile. But yeah, very easy to do, especially on cold tire temps here early on in this race. And if you have, depending on where the brake bias is set, it'll definitely snap the rear end around as Carpenter has taken that car down pit side. He'll come out trying to get some of that damage fixed, so he'll be able to muster on. Well, housekeeping, Roger, how many sets of tires do you think they have here tonight in the pits for their use on the season finale?
I wish I would have checked my notes on that one. That's something that I forgot to write down in the production meeting earlier.
Well, I wrote it down. They have 2 extra sets of Mr. Feelgoods down on the pits, and I have a feeling that we should see some of the drivers using them here tonight, as Five Flags, one of those tracks that'll wear out your tires pretty quickly and pretty easily here in the the panhandle of Florida. And this place here, very, very well known for the Snowball Derby. Have you heard of that race before?
A time or 2 I've tuned in also.
Okay, so yeah, you've heard of it out there. So yeah, anyway, they have that here at this racetrack, and well, no better place to end tonight's race than right here at the Five Flags Speedway. This is one of my favorite racetracks when I do get behind the wheel and they let me out of the booth. I like to dabble here.
Yeah, you like to dabble here. I do like to watch, and of course, Ty Majeski, one of those drivers that did just pick up a real-world win down at the Snowball Derby. Others like Chase Elliott has also. That's a big name if you're a NASCAR stock car fan out here tuning in tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. But, I mean, the list of drivers that have won at the Snowball Derby, it's outstanding. The skill level, and the Big Ten Super Series here has drivers that could go out and win. A couple of these drivers have made the attempts to run in the Snowball Derby here on the iRacing.com platform over the last couple of years, and it's going to show here tonight. You're going to see some of these drivers go straight to the front and possibly try to run away with it. Right now, though, the iRacing.com pace car down and away, and we're racing once again here to be 7 laps completed here at Five Flags.
Single file restart down into turn number 1. Ryan Kuhn working the outside back there in spot number 6, trying to crack the top 5 after a very dismal qualifying effort for that Bernie's Liquor number 72. Your champion of season 1 for the Big Ten Super Series presented by RS Button Boxes. He's trying to find a way around Collison, who runs in that 5th spot right there in front of Timmy Catalano. Working the backside of Jared Jackson in that number 12 automobile is Kuhn working the outside of the racetrack. We should see multiple Gilbert racing here once they get the track worn in as Kuhn dives to the inside, cracking the top 5.
Yeah, he should be able to clear the number 012 there, that time off the corner, and you alluded to it, Al. He is the official champion. The word has been passed through from the officials here tonight. Ryan Kuhn will pick up the Season 1 championship here for the Big Ten Super Series, so congratulations to him. Now all he has to do is win it.
Down the backstretch, he's making his way towards the front. A long ways to go here. Single file all the way up through the speedway. One car trying to make a move. That back here is in battle is RS Centers in that 7th spot. Just gotten by the 41 of Ercolani, who runs back there in the 8th spot. And they've got the 24 of Josh Cole in the 9th spot. And our friend Jeremy Little, well, he's cracked the top 10 after starting 13th. He rises in that 10th and final spot.
Ken Zeems is back there running into the 11th position with Matt Zaccardo, and Brad Carpenter still out on the track with his very wounded number 31. He's out there running in the 13th position currently. We'll see if he can just keep her on track here tonight. Closest two drivers that are to each other, call it a 3-car battle because it's the battle for the 3rd position. Double J currently has it, but that number 56 of Timmy Catalino is right there. The 72 of Ryan Kuhn also, as he's going to try and diamond it off just a little bit, enter and exit the corner just a little bit lower. Looking at down here in turn 1, he'll go about the 2nd groove up. See if he can dive underneath. Car number 56. Here he comes working the inside of the speedway. Had to check up there. Looked like Timmy got a little loose out of turn number 2.
Get Timmy up the racetrack. Here comes Kuhn. He's working the bottom of the racetrack. He'll get on by. So Ryan Kuhn up 6th spot so far. He is your hard charger of the race, but the battle for your race lead starting to get a tight one as Caden Tufts has found the back bumper of Landry, and Tufts able to run down very low to 3 and 4, and there is no marker down there. It's very easy to get too low, get the car upset down on the apron. These drivers doing a masterful drive as they work down the backstretch here, working lap number 16. Going to put 17 onto the books as Ryan Kuhn has made it past Catalano and starting to put pressure on Jackson.
So Jackson currently holding on to that 3rd position, but Ryan Kuhn has moved up 6 spots. He's looking for a top 3, and there it is. I guess that's what you're going to say is the gentleman move there by Double J. He knows the implications that tonight had coming in with the championship for Ryan Kuhn. He did not want to be the driver that battled too hard, I would say. He did not want anything to happen to the 72 of Ryan Kuhn. So Jackson going to be put back to the 4th position while Ryan Kuhn picks up position number 3. Up front, though, the driver that has led every lap so far here tonight, the number 7 of Landry is out front. And Al, I was trying to page through the stat book here tonight during our practice session. I was trying to find stats on car number 7, and you know what they came up with?
Nothing.
What do we pay our stat guy for, and he can't come up with any stats?
I don't know. Well, he's been hanging out with Dave in the cave too much, I think.
That usually is a problem when you hang out in the cave. It's kind of get musty down there. But right now, Landry is batting a perfect 21 laps for 21 out front here tonight. He was not that quick time here tonight. That was Caden Tufts. Caden is currently sitting back there in P number 2. He picked up that Ranko E Performance Pole Award here tonight on the final night of the season. It's already 22 laps this time by in the books, Al. These lap times, I'm looking at them, they're not falling off too much, about 0.2 of a second, maybe 0.3 of a second for a couple of these drivers right now on lap number 23. We talked about the tires earlier. Are you screaming already?
I think you're starting to scream, but they are starting to come in. This car's going to go through a change where they're going to feel like Superman here for a few laps. And then if you've been pushing the car a little bit too hard, you're going to start picking up that push, and that's going to allow drivers to get underneath you or around you. It all depends. It really takes these tires a little bit of a chance to take and cool off, as Mario Ercolani trying to make a move on RS Center, watching the battle for that 7th position as they close in on the backside of the 56 of Timmy Catalano, who rounds out your top 5 currently.
Yeah, Timmy's still having a great run. He had a great qualifying attempt here tonight at the Five Flags Speedway and still showing some very strong, very competitive speed out of car 56 here tonight. I believe he is the only Catalino driver here tonight, so he's representing for the whole family here. Just a couple of weeks ago, I believe one of the Catalinos was up there at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway running.
He was, as we work here. He's got the number 012 of Collis and working on there. Well, we're going to fire the stat guy, Roger. I'm looking at, I got some here, the career stats. He's got your current race leader of Landry, who's opening it up over almost 0.8 of a second lead over Caden Duff so far early on in this race, just past the 1/5 mark. He's got 3 wins, 4 poles so far in his career. His first race was June, well, let's see here. I don't remember. This thing's all cabby-wonkies. But anyway, he's got 3 wins so far this season.
Well,
in different various series.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Of course, you know, here on the iRacing.com platform, every driver is a champion in their own, and, you know, everybody prefers something different. Like, Al, I prefer the big blocks, and you like these cars here tonight.
I do. I like the super late models. I do like the big blocks myself, but so far, the super late models, there is Landry really starting to stretch out his legs right now. Caden Dust's rear view mirror. Well, he's saying the thorn that's been in everybody's side this season, starting to fill that up as Kuhn has really reeled them in. So 1 second behind your race leader. So the battle for your number 2 position going to start going up there as Josh Cole just got relegated back to the 11th spot as Ken Zeems working his way inside the top 10 for the first time here tonight.
Yeah, Ken Zeems, he's been here all season long. I believe he missed 1 race throughout the season. He had himself a couple top 5 finishes this season, and he's had a couple finishes that he would like to forget, like back at Lucas Oil. It was a rough race at the Lucas Oil Raceway where he was buried back into a 19th place finishing position. And if you know Ken Zeems on the iRacing.com platform, you know he loves his short track racing, and I believe he does some racing up there in the New York State area somewhere. You know, you take that real-world experience and bring it here to iRacing. You have a little concept of what's going on, and he has definitely used his knowledge so far here on iRacing in this season. I think next season he's looking forward to that hometown series. He says, if I get 1 crack every week at the same track, I'm going to have better results. And, well, if you want to come on board next year with Ken Zeems, he's got a blank side panel on this car, number 90. He said he'll be bringing it back next year. You can have your name blast out. You can put your name on the side.
I wouldn't want it to face it that bad.
Well, that's a good point, but New York, New York.
That is true. Fellow New Yorkian, maybe we'll have to get in touch with his people and see what we can do. I tell you, a good battle shaping up on the racetrack right now back here in for that 5th spot. RS Center has brought Mario Ercolani into that battle as he takes a peek down to the inside. Center trying to crack the top 5 as he works underneath the 012 of Collison in row turns 3 and 4. This time at the corner, Collison gets a little bit sideways, opens the inside line for Center in the turn number 1.
RS Center's going to pull side by side through 1 and 2. Maybe a little contact there on the exit of the corner, but right now, Justin's able to keep it wound up on the outside. Ercolani back there just kind of pacing, trying to figure out which driver is going to go where as we ride on board with that Johnson Chassis Incorporated onboard camera mounted on top of Ercolani's car. There you see more contact between the 2 drivers out in front of him. He's just trying to bide his time, trying to figure out which lane is going to go here. The bottom side is probably the best chance to get around here tonight, but you might never know. As the sun goes down, the lights come on, the temperatures start to drop here tonight.
And they always say nighttime is the right time. You can see the beautiful sunset just past the trees as they work around turns 3 and 4, putting lap 40 in onto the leaderboard. And right now, Landry still enjoying a 1 second lead over Ryan Kuhn. Caden Tufts back to third. Jared Jackson and RS Center now in that 5th spot. But Collison starting to reel back in. And Mario Ercolani, remember, he started up here in that 7th position. He went back a little bit, and he's one of those drivers. He gets better the longer the run goes. He's a long run driver. He takes care of his stuff, and he'll be a threat here towards the end of this race.
Yeah, right now he is running in that 7th position. That's right where he started, as out in front of him, Justin trying to hold on to that white and black machine. He was sideways that time down the front straightaway, right when he came by the flag stand, just abusing those rear tires. As you see the brake rotor starting to glow here tonight as we close in on lap number 50. We've had one caution flag, one car sideways off of turn number 4. That is the car number 56 of Catalino. He was sideways, but he was able to hang onto that car. He has dropped back to position number 8, 4 spots back from where he started, which was P number 4 here tonight. But the battle is still raging out in front of him. Sideways once again for Justin Collison.
Dick Collison trying to stay in touch with that number 110 of RS Center. His Center now starts to put about a 2-car length advantage. You can see Collison drives in the corner a lot harder. Center beats him off the corner, and he is starting to close the gap in on Jared Jackson. Jackson started on the front row. He has fallen back to that 4th spot, and he's going to have a battle on his hands with RS Center here within the next couple of corners. Center really rolling the center of the corner. No pun intended, Roger. He's gotten a great drive from the center offs here 45 laps into this feature event.
Yeah, great shot here by our crew, mounting a RS button box camera here with Justin Collison. As you see, RS Center trying to work the bottom side there around Double J. Double J going to come down, slam the door. Justin getting very close to the inside wall. This on the door camera shot, absolutely beautiful, showing how close these drivers are getting to that inside wall here tonight at the Five Flags Speedway. Just got to hope that he's able to keep that left front intact, because it's got to go 150 laps here tonight. Lap 48 this time by will go in the books. When Landry comes back around here, he has still continued to lead every lap here tonight, but he's got Ryan Kuhn now running in that 2nd position. It's the Ryan Kuhn's car in 2nd, and it's the Ryan Kuhn's development driver out there running now, P number 1.
And the gap has kind of stayed there, 1.1 seconds separating those top 2 as the battle is back here for 4th on back. Center's gotten by Jackson. Now Jared Jackson feeling the pressure from the 012 of Collison, as those 4 drivers really are the show on the field. How about Jeremy Little? He's caught the backside of the Catalano Motorsports number 56 as Timmy works up the racetrack. Jeremy Little trying to make a move in that turn 3 Racing Network car number 55.
Yeah, that bright orange car, you could pick that one out anywhere on the speedway. It is beautiful, and right now it is clean, and it has moved up 4 spots. He's running inside the top 10 for the first time here tonight, and it is the 9th position. He is currently our 2nd biggest mover of the race course. Ryan Kuhn having a terrible qualifying effort himself here tonight. He has moved up 8. Jeremy Little has moved up 4, and along with RS Center, he has also moved up 4 spots. Carpenter still out there on the raceway, though. He has lost a couple spots, 8 spots to be exact. He is back there running, currently in the 13th position, and he's got somebody nipping on the heels as we go on board with that RS button box rear-facing camera on top of Brad Carpenter's car. You see that car back there, that is Devin Landry. He is coming, and he is coming in a hurry. You can tell that the Carpenter machine is down on power right now, because last time by, about 0.2 of a second slower out there on the speedway right now. He is really looking for a caution.
Looking for a caution, trying to hold on to the backside of the lead lap. Landry, though, starting to feel the pressure at race lead, almost within under a second. Is Ryan Kuhn trying to run down his apprentice down the backstretch. Landry still leads it, Kuhn in 2nd, and he had to go back another 3 or 4 seconds back to catch where the 88 of Caden Tufts, who's still running a good pace so far, runs in that 3rd spot after picking up the Ryko E-Performance Fast Time Award here tonight.
I don't know if you've popped into the Discord very often here over the days, but Caden Tusk, one of the great young drivers here in the Big Ten Super Series, is one driver down pit road. That is the number 24 of Josh Cole. Looks like he's been into the outside wall, so he'll come to pit road to get some repairs. But the 88 of Caden Tusk, he has some great photo work out there. I'm not quite sure who's the man behind the scenes doing all the photos and the posters, but let me tell you, Al, it is something that you couldn't even believe if you haven't even seen them. They are so good, it makes me want to buy one to put on my wall here in the studio.
Well, I thought you did.
No, that was, yeah, we can't talk about that.
Oh, sorry. No, they do look very good, and whether he's doing it or someone else is great work, but these cars are also great looking race cars for Caden Tusk week in and week out as he runs there in that third spot. The race lead still 1 second as we check back on the battle for the 5th position. Collison still has it. Jared Jackson and Mario Ercolani really putting the pressure to that Chevy Camaro off turn number 4.
59 laps have been completed here tonight as this is the battle.
Oh, trouble down the turn. Jackson got into the backside of Collison, and that turned him sideways. So far, we stay green, and Jared Jackson going to be the worst out of that one as he gets rolling, and we stay green.
So as the green flag stays out here, that was just a big mess down there in turn number 1. One driver into the back a little bit, trying to use the old chrome horn down in the center of the corner, and Jackson's going to be the one that really gets the short end of the stick. 3 cars did make contact back there. I believe we may have a couple, or like a snippet of the footage here. Let's see if we can find it and watch this one back. There you see the contact, Double J into the back, and then Ercolani nowhere to go, and Jackson going to wind up down there on the grass, spinning the tires, just trying to get car number 12 out of the grass, and he does, and doesn't look like there's too much damage, but it was 3 cars just kind of coming together in the center of the corner.
Tough break there, and that's going to knock some of those drivers were inside the top 5. That knocks Jackson back to the 10th spot. Ercolani now holds on to that 5th. Jeremy Little, he's up 7 spots. He rounds out in that 6th spot. Collison, we got knocked back to 7th. Catalano, Ken Zeems, and Jared Jackson, your top 10. Zaccardo just going down 1 lap to your race leader. Landry is still warning some very fast laps here as they have almost slowed 1 second since the green flag is dropped.
Now, looking at it, Al, because we're going to close in on halfway here very, very fast. You've watched Ryan Kuhn all season long. He's been one of the fastest drivers, if not the fastest driver, at just about every portion of the race. This is the first time we have not seen him charge through the field and lead at least over half of the laps this season. Do you think he's playing possum right now?
I think he might be trying to save a little bit of tire, seeing how hard maybe Landry is pushing his car. They've got a 3-second advantage over the rest of the field, but we also don't know how much fuel these cars started with here tonight. Will we have to come down for fuel if we do not get a yellow flag?
Yeah, you make a good point of that, and there's smoke down in turn number 3 and 4. I don't see it. Looks like that was one driver coming to pit road. That was Justin Collison. He will come to pit road here on lap number 69, and you brought up a great point there about fuel. I did watch, I believe it was Ryan Preece, was it earlier this season, run out of fuel at the Thompson Motor Speedway while leading with under those green-white checkers. He had run out of fuel and lost that race, and that's not what you want to have happen here tonight in the final race of the season because, well, there's no redos, there's no gimmies. But right now, Landry says, I'm not worried about that because I'm just going to put the next car in front of me a lap down. And unfortunately, that is Jared Jackson going a lap down, running in the 9th position.
Jared Jackson was involved in that wreck there a little bit earlier on. Well, I wouldn't really call it a wreck, no yellow flag. But now Jared Jackson down 1 lap to your race leader of Landry as Kuhn has dropped the lead down to 1 second. We'll see if they'll be able to stretch it back out as he dealt with the number 12 of Jackson. So Landry doing a good job that time. A little bit out of shape, a little bit of sparks off the back of retaining wall.
Yeah, but he'll keep it pointed in the right direction. No harm, no foul, just trying to push it as far as you can. Jeremy Little, of course, has cracked the top 10. He just got around Mario Ercolani. Of course, Ercolani having some damage to the front nose of that Mustang. It is pancake flat, maybe some I'm not going to say aerodynamic deficiencies here tonight at the Five Flags Speedway. It's a big half-mile track, but it's not pulling that much draft down the back straightaway nor the front straightaway. And what we can tell you is might be running a little hot, and if the car runs hot, it's not getting as much horsepower, then that could possibly be why he is down on power right now. Last time by, he was about, a tenth slower than Jeremy Little, but he continues to hang there because it looks like Little's having some issues entering the corner and getting a little wiggles off the end of each end here of turn 4 and turn 2.
Definitely is, and maybe one of those things where he's worked his car a little bit too hard. Also, they know that the race leader is coming. Is Landry now starting to put the pressure to the back side of the 012 of Collison, who's back out onto the racetrack. He is 3 laps down. Might go down a 4th one if Landry's able to move by with his Camry off of turn number 4.
Yeah, and the car that's just right in front of them, that is going to be Ken Zeems as we go on board with the Karma Salon and Day Spa. Onboard camera facing backwards right off the driver door. There you see Devin Landry now getting around, completing that pass. So there's no buffer window in between him and the race leader.
Landry doing a great job here. Brian Kuhn runs in that second spot. Cadence Tuff still runs 3rd. Jeremy Little rounding out the top 5. RS Center is 3 seconds behind Tuff. So your top 5 really spread out, as Ercolani, though, still holding on to the 55 of Little, as they are going to be very close to having the race leader on the same straightaway as them.
Yeah, and you talk about RS Center. He's only competed in 2 official races so far this season with the Big Ten Super Series. But every time I've ever seen this man on the track here on iRacing, he has represented the state of Georgia very well. And, of course, Ryan Kuhn Motorsports also on the side of the 110 entry. He hasn't picked up a win this season here with the Big Ten Super Series, but he did finish 2nd back at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. He also finished 8th at Nashville just the other week. So he is due for at least to pick up a good solid podium finish, but he would have to currently run about 2 seconds up the road to find Caden Tuss, the youngster out of Canada, and find the podium spot here, as we're already over halfway. We missed that halfway portion because, well, Devin Landry's just going so fast, he just put Ken Zeems a lap down.
Yeah, Zeems runs in that 8th position, gone down 1 lap now. He will battle the 012 of Collison, gets a little bit loose that time off turn 4. Collison in that 12th position, 4 laps down. So now 2 lap cars between Landry and the 72 of Ryan Kuhn, and they are stacked up double wide in front of them in turns 3 and 4. So Kuhn going to lose some ground to your race leader as he has to navigate through that traffic.
Yeah, currently that interval is back up to about 1.1 seconds. As you see, Ryan Kuhn now does get around one of those cars. That was Ken Zeems. Zeems moves to the outside and gets right out of the way of the second place runner. Now it looks like that 012 of Justin Collison is going to slip that time down in 4. Ryan Kuhn with a great run. He'll dive to the inside in turn number 1.
Kuhn to the inside. He'll move up the racetrack. Almost contact off turn number 2. They keep it pointed in the right direction. These drivers doing a great job here at the Five Flags Speedway. Only slowed for 1 time so far here tonight in the RS Button Box 150 here for the Big Ten Super Series. So now Kuhn, 1.3 seconds lost, 2/10 to his race leader, is a team driver, the 7 of Devin Landry. And Landry runs there in that number 1 spot still as they let it since the green flag has come out. And he is able to hold on to that race lead, 1.3 seconds over that. Right now is Little starting. Go and take a look back here for that top 5. Little starting to stretch it out over a 41 of Ercolani, starting to make that gap a little bit bigger as Catalano is still on the lead lap. 7 cars, Roger, on the lead lap. That's impressive here. That just shows you the pace that Landry is running right now around here.
Yeah, as you see Jeremy Little roll that orange number 55 down into the corner there at turn number 1. Great shots by our camera guys, willing to go right down on the wall there at the exit of pit road. Stick the camera on the wall as those cars come by. It looks
yellow,
like...
yellow.
Oh boy, the caution flag has come out here tonight now, and that's going to throw the old monkey wrench into this one, I believe. Car 56 out of New York Timmy Catalino has brought out the caution flag here for the second time tonight on lap number 90. 61 laps here remain.
Let's take a look and see what happened to Timmy Catalano rolling through turns 1 and 2. And down the backstretch, Roger, it looks like maybe a right rear tire going down or just got on the gas a little bit too hard. What does your replay show there? And your side of the booth is, still with these pesky COVID nonsense that we have to listen to. It looks like maybe he got a little bit loose off turn number 2.
Yeah, watch it back here from a little different angle if we can from our truck. And you see him coming down the back straightaway. He was sideways already coming out of the corner, and then it may have gone completely down because the car went dead right. And actually, he did a very good job of just hanging onto it that it didn't actually wind up doing more damage. He just scraped that right front fender down into the wall. Let's ride on board here. This is our helmet camera on board with the 56 here. Let's see, he's trying to, right there, you hear the tires light up out of the corner, and all the way down the straightaway, it just starts dragging, and just that small tap off the wall. So that's what will bring out our caution flag here. And Al, there are some takers to pit road.
Yeah, a very interesting strategy. Ryan Kuhn only taking right side tires during his pit stop. Your race leader at the time, Devin Landry, well, he took all 4. And how about this? One driver staying out. Caden Tufts has stayed out onto the racetrack so far, and he's not going to have any tires. With a set of right side's going to start to his outside, and 4 Mr. Fieldgood's right there up the back pocket in that number 7 of Devin Landry. So interesting play call here for Caden Tufts as he resumes or gets your race lead by not pitting here on this second caution here on lap number 90.
Well, you got to do something. You've seen the 7 cars fast here tonight. You've seen the 72 car has been fast here tonight. So if you continue to do the same things that those 2 drivers are doing, you're just going to run behind them at the end of the day. So why not throw a little bit of a curveball at it? And, well, take no tires. You're at least going to have the fresh track position out front. They're going to have to refire off on you. See if they can drive around you. If not, but it does look like those old iRacing.com pace car lights on that Ford Mustang are out, and it will restart here with Caden Tufts, Ryan Kuhn, Devin Landry, RS Center, and Jeremy Little as your top 5 drivers as we get ready to go back racing here. 6 drivers on the lead lap as Ken Zeems was your lucky dog recipient.
The big thing here is going to see how Caden Tufts able to get up through the gearbox here without spinning the tires. You see the car get a little bit sideways as now Kuhn gets the outside rolling, and Landry takes the peek to the inside. Almost 3 wide for a moment that time through turns 1 and 2 as Ryan Kuhn jumps out to the race lead by using the outside of the racetrack.
You saw those green gloves from our camera view there of Ryan Kuhn as he went around the outside to get the race lead for the first time here tonight. New race leader under the green flag circumstances. Ryan Kuhn will lead his first laps here, and Caden Tufts did lead 2 laps. Oh, Caden Tufts into the outside wall down the back straightaway.
Caden Tufts has his handful, maybe some debris on those Hoosier Racing tires. Has to get them cleaned off here as we run here underneath the green flag here. And it'll be, how about this, a Ryan Kuhn Motorsports top 3 so far. Kuhn, Landry, Center now cracking the top 3. Tufts runs 4th, and Jeremy Little rounding out your top 5. And then we got the battle back here from 7th on back, Roger. And that's the battle for the lucky dog, potentially, here to see if there will be another yellow flag. Who will get that lucky dog, get back onto the lead lap.
Yeah, you really want to be in that spot, and with Ercolani right now checking out from all those drivers, he is in a very solid spot because you know when we go short track racing, cautions always breed cautions. Well, we were on a very long run there. Now we got drivers on all sorts of different tire strategies. We got 2 tires out front here with Ryan Kuhn as he is now leading this one. Devin Landry has the 4 tires, but has not been able to close in on Ryan Kuhn. And then Caden Tufts, who did stay out there, he just now got passed up because there goes the orange 55 of Jeremy Little. He will now pick up the spot, as I don't believe that is actually the car 41 there behind Caden Tufts. So right now, Caden will settle into that 5th position with no pressure from behind from Ken Zeems.
No, Ken Zeems about 4 seconds back there in the 6th spot. I believe he had a pit road penalty So he had to start behind all the lap cars here tonight as we watch the 55 of Jeremy Little enter very high, running a very peculiar line there, Roger. Enters in high in turn number 1 and diamonds it right down to the bottom. Get the run up the backstretch.
Yeah, he stays real low that time on entry into turn 4 and then slides a little bit that time off turn number 4. Sorry, shallow on 3 and a little loose there and shallow off turn 4, which set that car a little bit sideways. But boy, the battle is back here for that 9th and 10th position because it's Jackson. And then check out that green number 31, the Bob's Pet and Pond, that Ford machine down there that has a little bit of nose damage that sprinkled up that fender and that bumper. That is Brad Carpenter. Brad Carpenter driving car number 31 here tonight. He was taking a peek to the inside of Jackson, but now he's got Zaccardo all over the back of him. This is the battle for the 9th, 10th, and 11th position on the speedway.
Great battle back here. Jackson trying to close in is now the 31 of Carpenter. Remember, he was the reason for yellow number 1 at front end. Has seen better days, but the crew doing a great job getting that car fixed up here as he battles here inside the top 10. I think if you would have asked Carpenter if the top 10 was a real possibility here tonight, I think he would have said maybe not after that spin here early on in this 150 lap RS Button Box. Main event here in championship night for the Big Ten Super Series.
But it's not over, Al. There's still a lot of racing to go. We can't just count Carpenter into the top 10 because he's got Zaccardo all over the back end of him. So one slip up by the driver on that Bob's Bet and Pond entry, he could be staring from the 11th position back into the top 10. So tonight's not over. And remember, the number 012 of Collison is still out there. So there's a possibility that something were to happen here if a tire goes down under green, or maybe the 31 drops a cylinder from the damage on the nose of that car. You know, it's a good possibility that even Collison could come up here and take a spot. Oh, it was sideways for Jackson that time off turn number 4. He was hanging on to it.
He was. Now Ken Zeems takes a peek to the inside as now Carpenter tries the upstairs lane. Can't make anything of it that time in the turn. Number 3 is now Ken Zeems. Rolls the bottom in that blue and white number 60 here with just 41 laps to go as they work around the Five Flag Speedway. What a great race this is back here for that 10th, 11th, or 9th, 10th, and 11th position here around the Speedway.
This time by a complete lap 111 here for the race leader, which is Ryan Kuhn. He has now found himself out front as he slid that time, actually putting on a little bit of a show there, showing off his drift skills that time off turn number 4. So Ryan Kuhn out front here. Devin Landry is currently in second in RS Center. It's still a Ryan Kuhn Motorsports lockout of the top 3 podium positions. Jeremy Little, what does he have to say about this? Because he's got 4 tires, but so does RS Centers, so does Landry. Kuhn is the only one up front here that does not have 4 tires.
Oh, hey, it took right sides only, and it's quite entertaining here. There's one car up the racetrack. That was Collison right in front of your race leader. So Ryan Kuhn going to start encountering some lap traffic here. Will they put up a fight as they see the top 2 come at them? Collison up the racetrack now, comes back down in front of Landry. Landry will have to go to the outside as Collison woes up. That cost them a little bit of time as he sees the 72 get a little bit smaller out of the windshield from that 7 of Landry.
Yeah, that was maybe a mistake, a miscue there. The spotter indicating to that car that, yes, that's the race leader, and then didn't tell him that the second place car was coming that fast. And now Collison's actually going to bring that car to pit road. So Justin brings his machine to pit road here. I don't believe this is a scheduled stop here tonight at the Five Flag Speedway, but he is down 5 laps right now to the race leader as he rolls slowly at 35 miles an hour down there as he'll go another lap down because Ryan Kuhn keeps on going. Now look who's on that bubble there from going a lap down again. That's the number 90 of Ken Zeems. He's already been 1 lap down here tonight, got his lap back virtual that lucky dog spot. And now Ryan Kuhn is on the back bumper, looking to see if he can put the driver out of New York back another lap down. Just out in front of them, though, those drivers are still battling. It's still going to be Brad Carpenter, Matt Zaccardo. They are still locked in the battle here with Jackson just behind them now. So Jackson did give up that spot to the 31 of Carpenter, knocking Jackson back to the 11th spot. Carpenter now picks up position 9. Zaccardo right now has that 10th position, and he's still got his throwback paint scheme on this car here, and it's beautiful.
It was, but unfortunately scraped the outside wall. He was running in the 9th position. You can see a little bit of right side damage on that 60 of Zaccardo as he tries to chase down the 31 of Brad Carpenter as they have disposed of the 12 of Jared Jackson. Might want to believe that maybe some front end damage, maybe a cylinder down on the 12 of Jackson after his incident there a few laps ago. Earlier on in the race, as he's got the 72 of Ryan Kuhn closing in on him, who's opened it up almost to a 1 second gap over Landry here in the closing stage. This one is Zaccardo steps it out sideways, that time off turn number 4.
He'll step it out sideways, but he hangs on to it as there is Ryan Kuhn still trying to get around the number 12. He will now do that as Jackson moves to the outside on exit of turn number 2. So he'll go a lap down, another lap down, I should say. He'll be the first car 2 laps down, and it does look like Justin Cutlason has pulled that 012 machine back behind the wall here tonight. He is done here at the Five Flag Speedway. He will not get to see the checkered flag tonight in the final race of the season.
Tough break for the 12 of Collison. Same with the number 24 of Josh Cole. He has taken his 24 behind the wall as well here tonight. So tough break for those 2 drivers out here working around the racetrack. 5 cars left on the lead lap. Next one that's going to be fighting the Stanley lap, well, that was your race leader. We went back green back on lap 96. That was the number 88 of Caden Tufts, who has not taken tires all race long.
Yeah, so right now, Caden Tufts, the youngster, still hanging on to that spot. And we'll see if we get a caution flag because he's going to need it. Ryan Kuhn is right there. He's probably looking at about a 20-car gap right now between him and the race leader. Jeremy Little still holding on to that 4th spot. He has moved up 9 spots, the same as Ryan Kuhn. So right now, both those drivers have the most spots gained here tonight with 25 laps to go. Ryan Kuhn can't pick up any more spots on, well, the timing and scoring charts, but Jeremy Little can. And looking at the last time by here, Jeremy Little is actually faster than RS Center, who is sitting there in that 3rd position. 24 laps to go, Al. The gap is about 2.1 seconds. Does the little train in the car 55 have enough underneath the hood?
I think he might there, as he seems a little bit quicker. Caden Tufts slow on the backstretch. He'll go 1 lap down to your race leader. So Tufts leaving 4 cars on the lead lap. An impressive pace by Ryan Kuhn and Landry. They're also, you got to give him credit for that long run there, as Ryan Kuhn really stretching it out now. 1.4 seconds as he closes on the backside of the 31 of Carpenter. And Carpenter trying to stay 1 lap down, trying to put a fight up here through turns 20 and 2. Ryan Kuhn down to the inside. I believe Carpenter will bow out of the way. He will, as he works down here in the turn number 3.
So this time by, car 72 will see 20 laps on the scoreboard go up there. The flash bulb's still going off here for the season finale here at the Five Flags Speedway. 4 cars you did allude to there are on the lead lap, and we will see how many more that Ryan Kuhn can put down here tonight. We talked about drivers tonight that came in and had some great seasons. Well, we got to talk about the 88 here before tonight is up, because Caden Tufts, of course, did come in as the driver that was 2nd in the points championship standings. Well, he will be credited with a 2nd overall finish here, as it looks like he'll make an unscheduled stop to pit road. His night may not wind up in winner's circle, but he will finish on the podium in the points championship hunt. And I did just get passed along that championship purse for all the drivers here tonight, because the Big Ten Super Series does pay out all the drivers. Well, everybody got netted an extra $10, Al, but you.
That's fine. I didn't do much this season at all.
Well, Al, we do got to thank you also as the laps wind down on the season. You know, you filled in for myself here in the studio when we were unfortunately away from an accident down in Bristol, Tennessee. So we thank you. And, of course, Justin Smith being part of the crew this year. We got to thank him for stepping up in huge ways that actually he wasn't even on the roster there for a while to help out.
He was not, but yeah, we got to thank the bearded wonder from New York, Justin Smith, for his time in the booth with us. Right now his race schedule kind of keeping him limited, but he did tell me he's looking forward to getting back out onto the racetrack with us, and along with getting back into the booth here. So I know Justin might be tuning in here tonight, so we thank him for his support. And, well, it's kind of funny how it goes, Roger. You started helping me, and I helped him, and we got a pretty good thing going here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And we hope that everybody out there watching has enjoyed this season's coverage. And I'm very excited for that weekly series starting in September.
Yeah, we can't just thank you, Al and Justin. We got to thank everybody. All the sponsors with the Big Ten Super Series, the drivers from the Big Ten Super Series. Everybody did help out for this season, not just with myself, but with just this league in general. It came on as a last-minute thing for a lot of drivers here with the Big Ten Super Series, and they have turned this into something that we absolutely love. Al, you and I are short track fans at heart. We go out to a lot of our short tracks here in Pennsylvania and New York, and dirt may be home for a lot of us. We do attend a lot more dirt races. But the asphalt side of things, we absolutely love the short track asphalt series. And I think it's near and dear what's coming up here next season with the Big Ten Super Series is going to the Concord Speedway. And we're going to run that 5-week hometown mini series. I think that's absolutely cool. Inverts and all are coming.
Yeah, I think that's going to be great. It's something that we don't normally see on a week-to-week basis here. And we're going to be able to bring the cameras to Concord. We all know the fate that the real world Concord Motor Speedway has fell to, but we are yellow flag coming out. The 12 of Jared Jackson has gone around on the backstretch, and I believe that will give Ken Zeems the lucky dog here, Roger. But we were just talking about the Concord Speedway. That will always live on virtually, and we are proud to be able to bring some great action. I call it the mini Pocono on steroids.
Yeah, it's faster than Pocono in a sense of lap times. Maybe not reaching, the 180 miles an hour down the straightaways there at Concord, but it is one fast, tricky track because all three corners there at Concord can throw you for a loop like something just threw Jackson for a loop here with just 9 laps to go. We're under the caution flag here at the Five Flag Speedway. Let's take a look back here. Down in turn number 1, something happens to car number 12. Jackson goes down, and it looks like maybe some marbles on the tires, because when he came out of the corner, it looped around. He had to lock him up right in front of RS Center and Jeremy Little, and now it will put us into a very, very tight shootout at the end of this one. So a solo car spin here, bringing out the third caution flag of the evening.
Yeah, interesting here, with only 5 cars on the lead lap. I thought maybe RS Center or Jeremy Little would have come down pit road this time. They've been out there for about 40 laps on these tires, or over 40 laps here on these tires here that they are going to finish the race on. Thought maybe someone in the back half of the top 5 that are still on the lead lap might have come down pit road. Ken Zeems is down on pit road, just getting the lucky dog. So interesting to see. Let's see how good and how fast he'll be able to get up through the field.
Yeah, I was with you, Al, there. I was thinking about who was on the lead lap there, who could have, really threw a monkey wrench into a lot of plans here. And I thought Jeremy Little was going to come to pit road. And actually, Al, talking about Little here real quick, we have a fan tuning in out there tonight. Somebody out of Montana tuning in here tonight. He just sent me a text message. And his exact words, Al, Little's late model looks bad. And we're just putting the word fast there. I don't think we can actually say what that second part of that is there. But Little's car looking bad fast here tonight here at the Five Flag Speedway. And he has a chance. 1 of 5 drivers here have a chance on the lead lap.
He does. And was that the last yellow flag that we're going to see?
Well, we haven't seen very many yellow flags this season here with the Big Ten Super Series. So 3 yellow flags in a night, that's hitting up there pretty high for them. Usually we see some great long green flag racing action from these drivers. It'll be 4 laps to go. Ryan Kuhn, and it's going to be Devin Landry, RS Center, and Jeremy Little, your top 4 drivers. It does look like Ken Zeems was the lucky dog. He'll start at the back of the field.
Green flags out, and the 72 spins the tires. Landry puts the nose out in front. We'll have to see if there's any black flags for that, but a good side-by-side battle. Will Landry get the momentum? Kuhn with a nice drive down the backstretch. This time in the turn number 3, it'll be the Kuhn. He'll slap the racetrack. Contact through 3 and 4. Landry hanging tough on the outside. 3 laps to go.
3 laps to go and still a side-by-side battle for the race lead here, but it does look like that inside lane is starting to roll a little bit quicker. Remember, 2 tires on the car on the inside lane there for Ryan Kuhn in the number 72. Landry has 4 tires, but not able to do anything with it. He'll give up the spot. He'll try to drive underneath on exit. Not going to be good enough as the popsicle sticks go in the air. Ryan Kuhn still the race leader.
Ryan Kuhn showing the way, but here comes the 7 of Landry with a nice drive, that time half a car length in the turn number 3. Kuhn showing the way, the white silk will fly. It is the penultimate lap here for the season at the Five Flags Speedway. Ryan Kuhn doing a good job down the backstretch. Final trip in the turn number 3. Your 2021 Big Ten Super Series season champion. Ryan Kuhn is going to pick up his 9th win in 9 starts here this season. Landry will come home 2nd. Center will come home 3rd. Jeremy Little and Ken Zeems rounding out your top 5.
So Ryan Kuhn takes a sweep of all the races he has entered here this season, and he also takes the championship here right at the Five Flags Speedway. Your unofficial results on the left-hand side of your screen, but we do know Ryan Kuhn is your winner of this race. For the time being, he has to clear the scales here tonight, and of course, maybe pick up that big old check after this one. He'll burn them down. He doesn't need those tires anymore, Al. Tire shortage, never heard of him.
No, not at all. Burning it down for you, the race fans, and the virtual fans here on the racetrack. Ryan Kuhn doing the Polish victory lap burnout. And I will say, that is quite impressive.
Yeah, it's definitely more than I was going to be able to do. I would have crashed that car back when he tried to just spin it around on the front straightaway here. Very narrow. It's wide, but it is narrow. It's one of those sweeper kind of tracks. When you throw it sideways, everybody gets wrapped up into that one. So, just taking a quick look here before we head to our post-race interviews here tonight. Let's see. I'm looking at the championship standings. It will be your top 3 in your championship standings. Ryan Kuhn will win the championship here tonight. Caden Tufts will finish in that 2nd spot. And Jeremy Little will be 3rd in that championship standings. He will hold off Brad Carpenter and Thomas Bennett and Mario Ercolani. Ercolani will actually jump into position number 5 in that championship standings. Coming up here in just a couple of moments, we will get a word in with your top 3 finishers here tonight. Of course, one of them being your championship winner this season. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back here from the Five Flags Speedway in Pensacola, Florida for the Big Ten Super Series presented by RS Button Boxes, the final post-race show of the season.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome back here, race fans, to the Five Flags Speedway here at Pensacola, Florida. The Big Ten Super Series, presented by RS Button Boxes, has just wound down the season in 150-lap knock-em-out, drag-em-out shootout here at Five Flags. And we're standing by down here on the track with one of the drivers that had a great season. But unfortunately, Caden, the news just got passed down to us. You will lose the points championship, but it did come down here to the final week of the season. A great season nonetheless.
It was a pretty good season. We had some ups and downs, 100%, but I definitely think Ryan deserved that championship. He definitely worked his butt off for it. Grabbing, how many wins was it? 8 or 9? Around
9.
there? 8? Yeah, that's how many I thought it was. Yeah, other than that, it was a pretty good season. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, you picked up 1 win through the season. You picked up 3 Reico ePerformance Pole Awards, 5 top 5s, and you picked up 9 top 10s on the season. It's stats that, if it was me, I'd be screaming up and down, jumping around here. But you got some real-world side of racing that I believe you're still doing up there in Canada. So can you take a little bit of this momentum here on iRacing and maybe throw it underneath the old driver's seat?
Yeah, I've been trying pretty hard in real life and off the track and on the track, putting lots of work into the car and getting it ready, so.
Well, a great season for you here, Caden. We know there were some guys on the side of this car that made the whole season possible. By the way, who's ever doing your posters, you tell them I need to talk to them. Those are some beautiful posters.
Thanks. It was Brett Suggs Racing and Marketing. He's doing them up for me. There's also A-Rod HVAC that hopped on board this season, JDM Broadcasting, Kimberly Beverage Room, Brad Wadham Mortgages, LBT Pallets, and Rocket Racing.
Well, there you hear it tonight. He is going to finish 8th tonight in tonight's race, and he will finish in the 2nd spot in the points championship standings. Congratulations to Caden Tuss. Al, I believe you're standing by with the driver that may have pulled off the big W here tonight and also taking home that big check at the end of the season here.
Yeah, we're down here in Victory Lane, which, Ryan, you've parked it here 9 times in your 9 starts this season. You're going to walk out of here with the win here at Five Flags. Wasn't easy. Devin Landry giving you a run for your money here, but you came into the pits, took 2 tires in the pit stops. What was the decision-making behind that? And it ultimately got you the win here tonight.
Track position. But, yeah, it was a good race. I think Devin tore his right rear off there at the end and kind of killed him there. And early on, I killed my right rear. So we compared percentages, and I'm like, wow, I tore my right rear new one. So, it was a hell of a race between me and him. And I gave him a good countdown. I said, race me side by side, but race clean. So we did that. We put on a show, and hopefully the fans liked it.
Yeah, it definitely was a great show there. When the night's race, 150 laps, very, very hard. We talked about it throughout the broadcast, just how easy it is to really get these tires upset and how much this track really wears them out. So myself was kind of surprised you didn't take the 4 at the opportunity, but obviously that's why I'm in the booth and you're on the racetrack winning races here. But congratulations on the win. But ultimately, bigger picture, you're the season champion for the RS Button Box Big Ten Super Series, and with that, you get a nice little check along with a brand new button box, which, that will help you dial in your car a little bit better.
I can't thank RS Button Boxes enough. I've been looking for one for a long time, and at the time I was looking for one, I really couldn't afford it. But the opportunity came right, and I can't thank RS Button Boxes enough. And all you guys that put on this league, and it was fun.
Definitely fun. We know that next season, well, before we get to next season, we got the money race. Will we see you in that coming up here August 15th?
Possibly. I'll have to look into my racing schedule and see what we got. And I'm going to make my final thank yous to Bernie's Liquors on the quarter panels of this car. They've done a lot for me, real life racing, iRacing, everything. They really helped me develop RKM and RKM Setup Shop, and I can't thank Peter Bernier from Bernie's Liquors enough. Our RS Center at Studio 10, Everett's Auto Parts, Modern Auto Body, Coastal Heritage Bank, Wiki Driver Development Program, and everyone who really helps out with the RKM Setup Shop deal.
Well, congratulations, Ryan, not only on your 9th win this season, but the championship as well. And we'll see you August 15th and hopefully at the Concord Home Track Series coming up here with the Big Ten Super Series.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
That's Ryan Kuhn, your 2021 Big Ten Super Series champion, Roger, and I believe you caught up to the man who led a good chunk of this race, who comes up one spot shy.
Yeah, standing by here with driver of the number 7 of Devin Landry. Devin bursted onto the scene here tonight, and you let these drivers with the Big Ten Super Series know that you are the real deal behind the wheel here tonight. But tell us about that final restart here of the night, having a battle with Ryan Kuhn.
Yeah, I mean, he gave me a countdown, so we were going to try to make it as even as possible to make it a good show. I don't think if he didn't give me a count, it wouldn't have been even. I probably would have lost a spot. Yeah.
So you guys did that side-by-side jig. What more could you have done, though, other than get the countdown from Ryan on when to go? Did you have anything left in this number 7?
Nope. I think my right rear was pretty torn up trying to catch him when he was out front. Maybe if I saved a little bit during that. I didn't expect a late race caution, so kind of messed me up.
So you gave her everything she had, Captain, and that's what she had. But nonetheless, another great race here. And, you know, we didn't have too many stats on you coming into the night, but Al tells me you're an accomplished iRacer here. Were we going to see you when we head to Concord in the next couple of weeks here with the Big Ten Super Series, that short track series coming up from Concord?
Yeah, 100%. You're going to come and kick Ryan's butt. That's what we're going to do.
Well, we're going to be looking forward to seeing that. Devin, before we let you go here tonight and celebrate, because I heard Ryan is buying rounds here tonight after this one, who's on the side of the car 7 that made this all possible here tonight at Five Flags?
I can't thank Ryan enough for all the help he's gave me over the last few months since I joined RKM. RKM Setup Shop, Studio 10, and my family, I guess, for letting me do this.
There you heard it. He finishes runner-up here tonight after leading a majority of the first half of this race. Devin Landry finishes in P number 2. Al, final finishing position on the podium, goes to another one of those Ryan Kuhn's Motorsports drivers, RS Center, standing by with Al Smith.
Yeah, it's down here next to RS Center's 110, and a great-looking hot rod. And RS, your race was quite the adventure of one. Up 5 spots here tonight. Not quite the hard charger of the race, but you came up through the field. Talk about the racing through where coming up from the 8th spot to come here inside the podium to finish in this 3rd spot.
Yeah, we just messed up a little bit right there in qualifying and got back there, but could drive through the field pretty well.
Yeah, the track was very racy, it seemed like, and we know that track vision plays a very key here at the Five Flags Speedway, but you're able to get up there, carve it up there. Did you have anything for your teammates there on that last restart?
No, I didn't have nothing for those two. They was in a class of their own tonight.
Well, you did a great job finishing here in that 3rd spot. You're going to come out of here 3rd with some momentum headed into the upcoming races. We hope to see you at Concord. Will we be able to see this beautifully prepared number 110 in action in that mini track series coming up here for the Big Ten Super Series?
Yeah, hopefully, got into this one a little late this year. Didn't really know about it. Ryan told me to come race, and I skipped out on it at the beginning, but decided to come play at the end.
Well, you did a good job here. And before we let you go here for finishing on the podium, who makes it all possible? Who do you got to think that's on this 110?
Oh, the same as the other two guys. Just RKM Setup Shops and Ryan for everything he does for us, with the short track stuff, and Studio 10 Wraps for making this thing look so good.
Well, congratulations on that 3rd place finish. We look forward to see you here on the racing surface very shortly. And Roger, that will do it for our RS Button Box post-race show. And it's sad to say, the final one of 2021.
Yeah, this was the final race of the season here at the Five Flags Speedway for the Big Ten Super Series presented by RS Button Boxes, and it lived right up to the hype coming in. We knew that the Big Ten Super Series drivers would put on a show for all the fans tuning in here tonight, but man, this season could not have been possible if we didn't have some sponsors along the way to help pay the bills and everything that went into this. We got to thank Ryko ePerformance for coming on board this season, of course, being our big pole award winner here this season. We also got to thank the fine folks over at Johnson Chassis for helping get these drivers cleaned up, as they was the Clean Driver Award this season here. And, of course, Karma Salon and Day Spa, where Al likes to spend his off nights here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. He likes to be over there getting his spa treatment. And, of course, RS Button Boxes for being the premier sponsor, the primary sponsor here for the Big Ten Super Series. Of course, handing out a button box to Ryan Kuhn and his championship efforts this season. And, of course, Ryan, he's going to pick up a nice little payday that he's going to put into the real world side of his racing career. Well, race fans, I hope you enjoyed the season here with the Big Ten Super Series right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. So for everybody with the Big Ten Super Series, everybody here at the Turn 3 Racing Network, that was Al Smith. Justin Smith was along the way this season. And of course, my name is Roger Muth. We thank each and every one of you for tuning in. We will see you in a couple of weeks. The money race for the Big Ten Super Series coming here to the Turn 3 Racing Network.